Welcome once again to Fanfiction Ideas, where I talk about story ideas that I always had it rattling around in my head, and I'd come on here and share it with you. So, this is going to be me talking about my idea for a Kim Possible Year 1 story. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, there's no need for a Kim Possible origin story, we got that in Stitch in Time. Technically, yes, but we didn't. That was just kind of like the very beginnings of Kim Possible. We just still didn't really know how she got the whole, teen superhero thing, why her parents were so okay with it, where Wade, how she met Wade, and this was kind of my idea of how how Kim and Ron it all fell into place for Kim and Ron right before the show. In fact, the idea I had for this is that this takes place 1 year before at the events of the show. So this is before she met Draken and Shigo. This is before everything else. This is the story of this is my version of the story of how everything kind of fell into place for the Kim Possible show to take off. Keep in mind, this is just my fan fiction, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. So the idea is that Kim's been kind of relegated to doing like a lot of, kind of like, hey, save this person, save that person. Nothing too dangerous, but her parents are kind of like, look, Kimmy, we support you, but some of the stuff you've been doing, like saving people from fires and all that, look, it's terrifying. It's it's kind of horrifying, and you've been growing up. And keep in mind, this is like this is her year as an 8th grader. And she's going to be moving this is her last year in middle school, and she's going to be moving on into high school. And they're like, yeah, you've been trying your best to balance, the work you've been doing outside, and you've been getting paid for it, but at the same time, there's always that fear of letting your school and your own personal life fall apart. And Kim at the most part is keeping everything in check. That is until she gets a message on her website saying, come help me, from this rich business owner saying, come help me, there's a case that I believe only you can solve, Kim Possible, please help me. And Kim's like, alright, this seems fine. But the guy didn't tell him was that there's a dead great white in his office. And inside that dead great white is his personal assistant. Yep. So, if you haven't guessed already, there is a villain in this story. I created a villain, an original villain for Kim to fight as like a proto-villain for all the villains she would fight. And that villain is the Manta. The Manta is this kind of ocean-themed villain who's been making a living by stealing deep-sea treasures and selling them on the black market, or, going into old shipwrecks and stuff like that and building a criminal empire. But at the same time, he's kind of like, you know what? I make a lot of money, and I'm making a lot of power, but I want something more. So he's getting the idea, after building this whole literal undersea organization, that he's like, you know what? I want to actually go a step further. So, with all of his resources, he builds this sonic cannon that will fire on multiple points across the sea and cause multiple tsunamis on almost every coastline in the world. And if he wants the world of the nations to stop, they have to pay him a monthly salary of $3 billion a month to pay him to not do another tsunami attack. So that was the idea, and this businessman was actually one of his investors until he realized, oh shit, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm pulling all my money and funding to you, Manta. And Manta was like, okay, I'll just have a great white eat your assistant, and then put her corpse in the stomach and throw it on your desk, and let you know that you're marked. And this is the moment that Kim is like, oh shit, what did I walk into? Because I've been I haven't done anything completely extreme yet for this. I haven't done anything completely up to this level, and now I am literally looking at a dead woman inside the belly of a shark, a dismembered body, and there's a guy who's acting like a fucking supervillain after me. what the hell do I do? So, and even Ron's like, we didn't sign on for this. We didn't sign on to take on a guy who's obsessed with destroying the world, and and yeah, a guy who who has multiple agents coming after them. And that's kind of the thing, is that the Manta is, like I said, he's going into he was like this crime boss, not so much a crime boss, but more like he was a philanthropist and a pirate who sold on the black market, and he just decided, you know what, I got all this money, I want to make more money. So hence the sonic cannons, create multiple tsunamis. Yeah, not so much world domination, excuse me. Not so much a world domination plot, but more along the lines of, I'm going to hold the world hostage and possibly ruin the economy by what I'm doing, but I don't care, I'm so goddamn greedy. So that was the idea, is that Kim and Ron are now kind of thrown into this whole area into a world that they don't even fully understand yet, and Kim is like, no, I can't run, the proper, even though Ron's like, we should just tell the proper authorities about this Manta guy, and Kim's like, no, we should try to stop him, if what is being said about him is true, then we should try to at least try to stop him. And in doing so, Kim runs into the Manta and gets her ass kicked, like hard. Because from up until now, she hasn't really needed the use for hand-to-hand combat. She's been more along the lines of, hey, I'll just use my cheerleading and acrobat skills to save people. That'll work. It doesn't exactly work, because the Manta is actually a former SAS member from, basically former British Special Forces. And he wipes the floor with Kim. And after Ron manages to rescue her and drag her broken body back home, her parents are like, no more, because this is not you can't stop a guy like this, you're a cheerleader, for Christ's sake, don't do this. Don't frickin' do this anymore. Meanwhile, the Manta is looking for someone who can properly program his machines, his sonic devices, and someone he can actually, lord over. Because everyone else, he's kind of have this paranoid fear of all these other scientists, like, they might sell my secrets or sell me out, so hence whenever they're done with their work, he has them killed. So he's like, look, I gotta have someone I can threaten and make sure that doesn't come over me, doesn't double-cross me, so I need to find someone who, I can lord over for a while. And lo and behold, he finds out about this kid named Wade, who is a child genius, and he's like, yeah, that guy. I'm gonna, I can lord over this kid for years, I can bully him, I can threaten his family, and he'll have to do everything I say, so, yeah. I'm gonna kidnap this kid, threaten his family, and when I'm eventually done with him, I'll have him killed, have his family killed, and feed him to sharks, or maybe I'll feed him to a killer whale, or a walrus, or a polar bear. Yeah, in case everyone's kind of noticed, the Manta is very ocean themed. He's not like Black Manta though. He doesn't have like a suit or anything. He's just this very big, well-dressed guy who has just decided, I want to be a supervillain. He also carries, like, as his main weapon, a harpoon gun. But yeah, long story short is that Kim manages to convince her parents that she needs to do this. No one else can stop the Manta but her. Also is that she starts to learn how to fight. She starts learning how to fight and, making her own martial arts style, mixed in with hand-to-hand combat, I'm saying mixed too many times. She's basically mixing her cheerleading with her own style of martial arts fighting. So that's what I was trying to say, sorry. I've been tripping over my words this whole video, haven't I? Ugh. It's been a long day, guys, you'll have to excuse me. But yeah, that was kind of the idea for a Year 1 story, because like I said, oh wait, I forgot to mention that story of, Kim first rescues Wade from the Manta, and eternally grateful, Wade's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you out. You are sorely lacking in the tech whiz business, so I'm gonna, give you a hand on that. But yeah, that was kind of the idea for it. Anyway, So yeah, that was kind of my idea for a Kim Possible Year 1 story. Not a lot to talk about, really. Well, actually, there was a lot to talk about. I just wanted to give you the decompressed version. But yeah, I always kind of figured, yeah, we got the origin story, but we didn't get the full origin story. So hence why I, came up with this. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Kim Possible Year 1? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.